How you doing, folks? So I'm here with Mr. Niall McGarry from Joe.ie, Her.ie.
Joe.ie, SportsJoe, HerFamily. You're quite a few there.
all of the above. You said earlier on after that timing and look and grabbing the opportunity was a big part of what helped you get started. Apart from timing and look, what else can SME owners do to get that first foot in the door of building an audience?
I think first of all the gap needs to exist. They need to have spotted that gap in the market. So a lot of people go into business and they kind of go into it for maybe reasons like, I want to run a business, I want to be my own boss and whatever. Ultimately you have to cut out that gap and say, if I go into this business and I exploit this opportunity, I could do well out of this. And that's the very, very first thing. After that, lots of other opportunities, other things, luck, timing, they'll come as part of the journey.
Right.
So when I mentioned about me being lucky with timing, I absolutely was, in that the smartphone explosion and the fact that social channels like Facebook and Twitter were going to become big audience generators. But the gap was spotted before that. If they hadn't kicked in, don't think Joe would have been as big a success. However, the gap I had spotted for a publication aimed at men in 2009, going into 2010, the gap was there. So that's the first thing you need to find is, what's that product, what's that gap in the market that I'm going to create my business for?
Yeah. So talking about traffic channels and SEO and social and things like that, where would you say, I mean, there's such an array of possibilities for people to start with. Google ads, paid Google, trying to do SEO and writing blog posts or doing YouTube videos, or there's just so much out there. Where would you say that people should actually start?
Again, it's all very dependent on what type of business they're trying to set up. I mean, if it's a media business, then clearly I think there's great opportunities on YouTube. I think there's great opportunities to create really interesting content on YouTube. For me, YouTube is going to replace every TV station out there, and it's doing it very, very quickly. I think that other opportunities are LinkedIn. LinkedIn has become a very, very good place. So if you've got interesting business advice, or your job is to be a business consultant, show me how good you are by inspiring me every day through your LinkedIn video. Right. Don't upset me, don't make me cringe, don't piss me off. Getting that balance right, having that self-deprecation, having the self-awareness to make your videos enjoyable and informative is good. So for me, LinkedIn and YouTube are two big channels that they're underutilized in Ireland.
Okay. And then you were just talking a little bit about kind of future opportunities. Where do you see this going in 5-10 years? What do you think is going to happen next with the technology, with social channels? Where should we be looking now if we're trying to look down the road?
Yeah, I mean, obviously AI is the obvious one, and that's definitely going to bring. I don't see any huge change in the next 5 years. I think artificial intelligence is going to play a bigger part in how we consume content. It's going to become more experiential, a bit more rich. However, I think that certain platforms are very, 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 very solid. So as I mentioned, if you look at something like YouTube, or one of our big business opportunities right now is to create really, really robust content for that. So at the moment we've got the biggest rugby YouTube show in the world with House of Rugby. It does about 250,000 views a week between Ireland and the UK, and we're going to expand that to other countries.
I've been watching that, love it.
Yeah, with James Haskell and the guys.
And loving the pints of Guinness.
Yeah, and it integrates the brand so well. So for me, the opportunities are probably staring us in the face, but obviously AI is the big one, and I would love to sit here and say exactly how this is going to disrupt media. I don't know, but when I do know, we will be implementing. That's one thing we're good at is I suppose, first mover advantage and spotting trends, spotting gaps.
So we should be watching what you're doing.
Well, look, I'm watching others as well, but distributed media, which I mentioned earlier on the stage, is that's where our play is right now, is to create, so to get likes of yourself to watch House of Rugby, you don't ever have to visit Joe, yet Joe is creating this content, Guinness is a sponsor, and it might make it correlate Guinness and rugby a little bit more when you're going watching Ireland beat France or whatever, and that's the objective, but you don't have to go to the website to see that.
Love the optimism too. Thank you very much for your time, appreciate it.
Welcome.
Cheers.
No problem.
Anderson dans les 40 mètres de l'équipe de France face à la Mora.
Se mettre à la faute.
40e phase de jeu de l'Irlande.
Surtout pas d'être pris hors jeu, pas hors jeu, pas hors jeu. Tant pis, on le sait du terrain, mais pas hors jeu.
Attention le drop, il arrive. Le drop de Jonathan Sexton. Oh, il s'en fout, il passe, c'est terrible, terrible. Il est là. Jonathan Sexton à la dernière seconde crucifie l'équipe de France. Que c'est dur, c'est terrible, terrible.